Hey guys, Hella Bella here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 Under Armour items that I sold via Amazon. This is my first real, month or two of selling clothing on Amazon. I recently got ungated to sell Under Armour. I was auto approved, so I was basically just blessed to be able to sell it. And most of this was sourced at either Ross or TJ Maxx. I'm going to go through and kind of tell you what I paid for the item and my logic in purchasing it and the profit on each item. I'll be using Inventory Lab so you can see that I have the data input, and I'll flip over to each listing so we can take a look at these. So the first item that I sold were these link pants that I paid $16.50 for, and the profit on those was $27.85. And these are the pants here. I actually wound up merchant fulfilling these. These were ones that I just knew that were going to sell pretty quickly. I think the rank on these is pretty good. Rank is 20,000 right now, so I just wanted to go ahead and keep those. You may have already been aware of this, but there are a lot of delays right now with sending Amazon inventory into the warehouse, so I just wanted to go ahead and grab these. So that was a great flip. Those sold for $59.78, so that was a great profit. That was 168% return, and to be fair, that is probably the best one of all of these. So we can just go ahead and get the best one out of the way. The ROI when you're sourcing for retail arbitrage is not going to be like doubling or tripling your money. A lot of these are 60 and 70% return. So I'll just show you the rest of them here. All the other ones were Amazon FBA. So I'm going to start from the bottom. The first one that I sold was this boys polo shirt. This one I got for $11. It sold for $29.99, so I made $10 on it. It was in the boys section of Ross. I remember picking it up, and it was actually one of the first things that I ever bought. So as far as Under Armour goes, and I actually have the Keepa Chrome extension. And what that does, if you add it to your Google Chrome, it will tell you the price of the item over time. You can even look at it over the last year or over the item's entire life. So this says all 534 days here. So you can see that the highest it seems to go is around $40. And you can also take a look at this page that says statistics, and you can see the lowest price that it's ever been and the highest price that it's ever been. So I find that really helpful to just have that on there. And yeah, it's pretty neat. The next item that I sold was this Under Armour men's charged cotton Scramble polo. That's a really big mouthful. Anyways, I got this one for $19, so I think it was like $16.99. So I just go ahead and add on $2 for the tax that I have to pay, and whatever I like to factor in, like the cost that I'm gonna have to ship it into the FBA warehouse. So usually I just add on 10% to whatever I paid something to factor in tax and shipping. But I sold it for $49.99. My profit was $18.79, which I thought was really good. That's a 98.89% return on investment, so almost 100% return, almost doubled my money on that one. So I was happy with that. The next item was this pattern polo. It sold for $54.95. I paid $22 for it, and it made me $18 profit. So again, not 100% return on investment, but it still sold relatively quickly. The return on this one was 83%, which I have learned is really good for retail arbitrage, especially when selling clothing. This is the next item. Now this is a boys hoodie that I picked up, and I paid $16.50 for it, and I only made $8.73 profit, but it sold really, really fast, and I made a 52.91% return on investment for that. So honestly, guys, I was really just trying to see what I was doing and try to figure this out, and I feel like I have a better grasp on the ranks and the different categories of things. And the thing about selling clothing is that the sizes are all on the same listing. So you could have a size extra small, small, 3X on the same listing. So the listing has a rank, but the rank is not particularly about the size 3X or the size extra small. So you have to take that into consideration. I believe the same is true for shoes. And, you know, it's something that I'm not used to. I'm a bookseller by trade, so I'm not used to having to think about this stuff. So it's a little different for me. The next item that I sold was another boys hoodie. The boys hoodies I think sold the fastest. This surprised me by how much it sold for. It sold for $49.99 and I paid $16.50 for it. So I made $13.69 profit, or an 82% return on investment. So great flip there. And then the last item that I sold were these tights, and these actually sold for a pretty high amount as well. These sold for $49.99 and the profit on those was $15.68, and I paid 22 bucks for them. So basically they were tagged at $19.99, so I just say 22 after tax, and my return on investment on these was 71%. So if we go down and look at the bottom here, you can see that my net profit for these 6 items, excluding the one that I merchant fulfilled, was $85.34. And my buy cost was $107. So my buy cost was more than what my profit was, guys. You have to realize that when you're doing retail arbitrage, it's not like with doing thrift store things, like you have to pay up for the inventory. But I got all of this stuff within the last 4 weeks. So that money has been, it's coming back to me pretty quickly. Not as fast as I would like because I've got a lot of other Under Armour stuff listed, but I wanted to add to my inventory this year and just kind of figure out what I can do to increase my sales. And this seems to be the thing because all of this stuff sold relatively quickly. I like that I'm using Inventory Labs. It tells me my average profit per sale was $14.22. So that's a really healthy profit to have per sale. It's something that kind of gives me something to shoot for, especially when I'm outsourcing. I think in the future with Under Armour, I'm going to be a little bit more selective when it comes to the rank, and I'm also going to be more selective when it comes to the size that I purchased. I actually have sold, I think, an extra small of something in Under Armour, and I've got a few more that I've bought. One thing that Ross does is they tend to clearance those extra smalls and smalls because they don't sell as fast as the mediums, the larges, the extra larges. So you can sometimes find those on sale. And as far as leggings go, I think the highest that I would probably price a pair of Under Armour leggings is around $59.99. That's just me. I haven't sold a ton of Under Armour stuff in my sales career. Now, I did source a couple of other brands of things that were clothing, and I've sold a few, like I think Chaps is a brand that I've sold. I'm not ungated in Nike, unfortunately, so that kind of sucks. I am happy that I'm ungated in Under Armour because it means I can sell a lot more stuff on Amazon. And during the holiday season, I feel like these prices will go up just like everything else is going to go up. I just sold like a Shopkins tiny little card today for like $15.50, and it's only like the end of September, so it's probably going to go up a lot more. But yeah, that concludes the video, guys. The point of this was to show you what it takes to sell retail arbitrage Under Armour clothing and what the returns are that you can expect. Now, granted, if you have a supplier besides Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, if you have a place to get cheaper Under Armour clothing, that could be potential to make more profits. Or if you have an Under Armour outlet near you that has sales, that is one avenue that you can look for. But for me, the only places that I can source Under Armour right now are those places. So I'm going to keep looking for it and keep trying to learn. But this is what I've learned so far. So I just wanted to document it and share it with you guys. Hopefully you liked the video. If you have sold any clothing on Amazon, please leave a comment and give your tips, because I think it's good to see what other people are doing and see what they're not doing. Personally, I just polybag everything in a clear polybag and send it in via FBA, and I try to make sure everything looks neat and nice in the package, but I'm sure by the time it gets to the warehouse, there's no telling what it looks like when it's been thrown around by the UPS people and thrown around by the Amazon employees. But anyways, wrapping this up, guys. Hope that you have a great week, and I will catch you guys soon.